I just want to say to all the Muslims, we are not your enemy. We love you. You're our brothers, you're our sisters. The only people we have a problem with are the terrorists.
This was not just a targeted attack against a Jewish person. This individual actually stayed around in order to attack our first responders, the people that keep our community safe, and the people who are here keeping us safe now.
And I do know the people who live here, the neighbors, and I know the other people who lived here, or live here now, and watch this happen, mostly in surprise. I'm standing behind the same tree that the man walking the dogs was standing behind. Right here, and right behind the bush, there by the driveway on the corner of this house, that's where the shooter was.
Genocide against the Jewish people. If I get on this board, there's going to be no more bullshit going on. Okay? With this mayor, and with all these lunatics that he appointed to the board of including this anti-Semitic president. Okay?
Mayor Brandon Johnson.
No!
We are not going to stop fighting back. You have my commitment that I am going to continue to speak out, to protect our neighborhood, to make sure our community is safe.
Where we can get together.
Johnson, what about the police? The police chief.
We're
good people, we know that.
And we've always seen the good.
Call them out. You got the cameras in front of you.
Call upon the community, we call upon the community leaders to do your role.
Right at this corner is where he jumped out at, right over here. He came here, he ran down the street here.
To similarly be ambassadors of light. Through increased acts of goodness and kindness, we will in fact change the world for the better. So I call upon the community, we call upon the community leaders to do your role, your part in making the world a better place. And we commit to do our part to make the world a better place. That is our message here tonight. That light is stronger than darkness, goodness is stronger than evil, and unity will keep us as an entire community together in the face of those who wish to tear us apart. Am Yisroel Chai.
We're going to take 30 seconds to introduce Rabbi Zimmerman, who's a rabbi at Bais Chayim Dovid Lincolnwood as well.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to the organizers of this event. Thank you to the police for being gracious enough to help us now, and for being there for us whenever we need them. I grew up in West Rogers Park. I moved to Israel when I was 18. I lived there for 8 years. I was there during the Second Intifada through 2001 through 2005. I moved back to West Rogers Park. Now I live in Lincolnwood. It's not working so well. It's just a prop. I don't know. It looks better when I do this, but I just have a loud voice. I have seen so many things happen in this neighborhood and in the world at large. We Jews have been in Gullus, we've been in exile for the last 2,000 years, since the destruction of our temple. We've been to many countries, we've been to many lands. And sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. But we're in a country now that is called a Medina Shel Chesed, as the rabbi before me has previously said, a country filled with kindness. And I don't know history well enough to say if this is the best country that we have ever been in. But I do know that when we call out and we ask for help, we get that help. The police were there very quickly when this incident occurred. due to our inroads that we've made with the people here. That they feel that we are part of one greater community. That we all have a part in the place of this world. And what I'd like everyone to think about as we make this walk down to the area of Farwell where the incident occurred, I want you to think to yourself, thank God that we live in a country where something like this can happen. Where we can get together.
Johnson? What about the police? The police chief?
We look
We're
at
good
the good,
people, we know that.
and we've always seen the good.
Call them out. You got the cameras in front of you.
We've always seen the good. And we love the fact that this country has responded well. And we will continue to do what we do as well as we do, which is be the best people that we can be.
Yes!
And when that happens, and we do it in the right way, people will respond positively. It's always happened in this country. We've been lucky enough to be here. We should continue to thank all of those who are truly behind us and ask those that aren't yet behind us, please stand with us, be with us for our next step. The step which is, the rabbi before me previously said, finding the light in the darkness and being the great even when there seems to be bad among us. Let's be there together and think about this. And again, thank God again and again. This is who we are as a people. This is who we've become. Let's be the nation that the world needs us to be. Thank you, everyone.
Alderman Debra Silverstein.
Thank you! Can you hear me? Yes! Okay, I'm pretty loud anyway, especially when I get fired up. As you know, I'm Debra Silverstein, and I'm really happy to see all of you here tonight. This past year has been extremely difficult for all of us. And you've heard from the previous speakers about a light in the darkness. I can tell you the one silver lining through this whole horrible year is look at us. Look at our community. We are united and we are strong. And we are not going to stop fighting back. You have my commitment that I am going to continue to speak out, to protect our neighborhood, to make sure our community is safe, and work with the police to make sure we have what we need so that nobody is afraid to go outside. Everybody can feel like they can live their life and enjoy it to the fullest. So I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I want to acknowledge my colleague here, Ray Lopez. Let me tell you, I've been doing a lot of speaking out, but I couldn't be effective without the wonderful coalition of aldermen that have surrounded me with strength, and Ray Lopez is leading that group. So, I'm going to have it, if you don't mind, I'm going to pass it over to him to have him just say a few words. Thank you.
I can't say enough about my colleague Debra Silverstein. Give her another round of applause. Like the childhood story, the little engine that could, because she's never given up at city council
When so many people were trying to tell her to sit down, she refused. And she kept going and going. What this city, what the Jewish community can do, not just alone, but with its allies, its friends, and with all of the city that recognizes that you are not some separate part of our history. You are our history here in the city of Chicago. So now, God forgive me because I'm a Catholic, so I have to go a different route. God will forgive me. But I've always believed that, as one of my good pastors used to tell me, that the world cannot put in front of you what God can put behind you. And that is very true. Because we know that there's a lot that the world's throwing in front of us. Starting with our mayor, Brandon Johnson. But we're just going to say that. I'm saying this for a reason. Because that sign right there, when I saw it, struck me. Because what we saw happen this weekend should not have been that difficult to take days to call out. If I had seen someone in my community, from Back of the Arch or Canaryville or Brighton Park, attacked because of who they were, you better believe I would have been on the front page in front of every camera saying it was a hate crime attacking a Latino because they were Latino. But to say, you're not going to say that for a Jewish person is unacceptable. It's un-American. It's inhuman to allow such a thing to happen. And then to see it on the same week where we have the new school board president. And Mitchell Johnson, I don't even know what his name is. I don't even want to say his name. It's not worth airing. It's not worth it. But I will tell you this. As we were walking to the stage today, we saw the statement that he put out trying to defend himself and defend his position. And let me just say, it's not worth the paper it's written on.
That's right.
The lie thinking just to stay in power is shameful.
Shameful.
And I will say this. The Jewish community, like all of our ethnic communities, are what make this city great. Are what makes Chicago what it is. I arrived an hour early and drove around the neighborhood lost. Or, you know what? I should have brought my passport. But I saw a vibrant community, walking, coexisting, loving each other, loving their neighbors, loving everything about it, what makes this side of town great. And yet, we are here today, not to be angry at those who won't say what needs to be said, but to lift up the voices of everyone who will never allow anyone to be silent. Keep doing what you do. You are not alone, and Chicago loves you all.
We all know how important it is to have allies speak up for our community, so I want one more round of applause. So I want you guys all to know, too, that we have a campaign that we're running. If you go to ChicagoJewishAlliance.org or follow us on Instagram, we are trying to hold the mayor, the state's attorney, and the city council accountable. We know that our aldermen are on our side on this, but this should be charged as a hate crime. And we want the council and the mayor to acknowledge that disproportionately the Jewish community in this city is targeted by hate crimes. 40% of all hate crimes in the first half of this year were against Jewish people. We are no more than 5% of the population of Chicago. That is unacceptable. It needs to be unequivocally condemned, and there needs to be a plan put in place to tackle the hate against the Jewish community specifically. We care about all other identity groups, but the data shows this is a specific problem that needs to be specifically dealt with, and we are calling for that to happen. So please join our email campaign. Very easy click to email, and it populates automatically for you, and you can add whatever you'd like to that email. So I'll pass it to Abby for the next part of the program. I'm sorry? So if you follow us on Instagram at Chicago Jewish Alliance, we have a post up there with a bit.ly link, 2 of them. If you click on the link, it will auto-populate an email to send to the mayor, the city council, the mayor's staff, and the state's attorney. Okay? Thank you.
I just want to take a quick second to thank Josh and Daniel and the whole crew at the CJA. And Bruce Leon standing behind me, who's running for...
Alright, listen guys, you've gotten all the hate mail. The Tribune's running an article tomorrow. I've been targeted because I'm the second Jewish candidate running for the board, along with Evelyn Rosenfeld. It's neck and neck. The latest poll shows that this vote could be 108,000 votes, could be determined by less than 300. Okay, it's turning into a two-person race, me and the CTU mayor candidate. They have 43,000 volunteers that they forced to go out and knock on doors. They raised a ton of money. I put a lot of money into this. If we win, it will start to change the tide of things in Chicago. Okay, we can do this. I'm going to work my butt off the last week here. Everybody, please get out and vote. Post things on Facebook. Make sure people, your friends, get out and vote. And we got to take back what's entitled to us. And I promise you, and Debra knows this, if I get on this board, there's going to be no more bullshit going on. Okay? With this mayor, and with all these lunatics that he appointed to the board of including this anti-Semitic president. Okay? We are going to cut this out right now. Thank you.
Tehillim, Kuf Lamed 130. I'll read a verse and then you repeat after me, and then I'll say it in English. שיר המעלות ממעמקים קראתיך אדוני. שיר המעלות ממעמקים קראתיך אדוני. אדוני שמע בקולי תהיינה אוזניך קשובות לכל תחנוני. אדוני שמע בקולי תהיינה אוזניך קשובות לכל תחנוני. אם עוונות תשמור יה אדוני מי יעמוד. עוונות תשמור יה אדוני מי יעמוד. כי עמך סליחה למען תברך. כי עמך סליחה למען תברך. קיוויתי אדוני קיוותה נפשי ולדברו הוכלתי. קיוויתי אדוני קיוותה נפשי ולדברו הוכלתי. נפשי לאדוני משומרים לבוקר שומרים לבוקר. יחל ישראל אל אדוני כי עם אדוני החסד והרבה עמו פדות. והוא יפדה את ישראל מכל עוונותיו. In English, a song of ascents. Out of the depths I call you, O Lord. O Lord, listen to my cry. Let your ears be attentive to my plea for mercy. If you keep account of sins, O Lord, who will survive? Yours is the power to forgive, so that you may be held in awe. I look to the Lord, I look to him, I await his word. I am more eager for the Lord than watchmen for the morning, watchmen for the morning. O Israel, wait for the Lord, for with the Lord is steadfast love and great power to redeem. It is he who will redeem Israel from all their iniquities. Amen. Amen. Kuf Kaf Aleph 121. Kuf Kaf Aleph 121. שיר למעלות אשא עיני אל ההרים מאין יבוא עזרי. עזרי מעם אדוני עושה שמיים וארץ. אל יתן למוט רגליך אל ינום שומריך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. אדוני שומריך, אדוני צילך על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה. אדוני ישמורך מכל רע ישמור את נפשך. אדוני ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. In English, a song for ascents. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot give way. Your guardian will not slumber. See, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The Lord is your guardian, the Lord is your protection at your right hand. By day the sun will not strike you, nor the moon by night. The Lord will guard you from all harm. He will guard your life. The Lord will guard your going and coming now and forever.
Thank you. We're going to ask Daniel Gutstein to speak for 2 minutes.
We gather here this evening as the vitriol of anti-Semitic violence has reached our city streets. And the question is, how are we to respond? How ought our government to respond to what has occurred? So we learn in the story of the Megillah, which we read every single year, how the evil Haman of Persia attempted to annihilate, commit genocide against the Jewish people. And what happened to Queen Esther, she revealed the evil plot to King Achashverosh. So Achashverosh said to Esther, Mi hu zeh, ezehu. Who is this person that has this terrible plot? We know it was Haman. But Achashverosh was aware of the plot. He had signed off on the plans. And Esther says, it is Haman who intends to do this. However, the Jewish sources tell us that originally, Queen Esther, she meant to point her finger at Achashverosh. You are the one who meant to do this. But then the hand of heaven moved her finger and she pointed to Haman. So why was Achashverosh really responsible, if not for the hand of heaven? Why? Because Achashverosh was aware of the plan. He aided and abetted. He tolerated the evil that was engaged in by Haman. Silence, to say nothing, that is complicity.
That's right.
We see this inspired the traditions of our great country. Our first president, George Washington, he wrote in a letter to the Touro Synagogue, happily, the government of the United States shall provide to bigotry no sanction, to persecution no assistance. Woo! And yet a few hundred years later, can we say the same in this city? And the answer is absolutely not. It is the opposite. Our government, the mayor of this city, has given to bigotry sanction. He has given to persecution assistance. Woo! Yeah. What do we say? What is our response? What is our response to this man who hides behind the wall of progressive lies and falsehood? Never again. Never again. Fight! I think we can borrow from our old friend, Mr. Reagan. We say, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Mayor, tear down this wall of lies. Our government, the city representatives, they stand with truth over falsehood, the spirit of America over that of bigotry, and that of humanity over that of barbarism. That is our mission tonight, and that is our mission to the government of the city of Chicago.
All right, everybody, we're going to start our walk.
Basically all the reporting that I did. And I said that I called the state's attorney's office in case they were no longer working there. I go to Strain on the 17th, he said he was, Mr. Gallo, the state's attorney, and
It took them a while.
All together. Achenu kol bet Yisrael. Achenu kol bet Yisrael. Anatunim besara. Besara ubashivya. Omdim ben bayam.
Didn't we meet at one of the events? Right?
Yes. How's it going? Yeah. How are you, Danny?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, they're debating about things here, and I did that. And we're not going to go for you.
How are you?
Exactly.
Hi, Mom.
Thank you.
Yo. How you doing, Sadik?
How are you?
I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright.
The shooter was hiding behind this bush here, and the guy walking his dog was hiding here. And she didn't even see the shooter until he started shooting again. Okay, come.
So everybody, I just want to make sure that we all recognize that we're out here as a symbol that we will not be afraid in our own communities, right? Targeted hate crimes like terrorism are meant to instill fear in communities so that they don't feel free or safe to be who they are. We will not let that happen. Always be proud and visible in who you are. Do not be ashamed ever of that. We will ultimately win this battle against hate. This was the area where everybody saw the footage of the crime actually happen. We have a community member, Jennifer, here who wants to talk a little bit about the events.
Good evening. I did not witness the actual event any more than anyone who saw the Ring camera, but But I do know the person who lives there. It's my daughter. And I do know the people who live here, the neighbors. And I know the other people who lived here or live here now and watched this happen, mostly in surprise. I'm standing behind the same tree that the man walking the dogs was standing behind. Right here, and right behind the bush, there by the driveway on the corner of this house, that's where the shooter was. That's how close he was. And I guess for some reason he was a very bad shot that day because I'm sure you all saw how the man here jumped out and tried to run away, and thank God he did get away because that guy jumped out and started shooting and didn't hit him. So thank God for that. And the man who was the shooter, whatever his name is, Sidi, he actually was shot and taken down on the corner.
Yay.
So I believe there's footage of that, but we don't have it. There you go. I thank you everyone for being here. I spent the day Saturday taking care of my family after these horrific events occurred right in front of their eyes. I've got 5 little grandchildren who live here. I came over, I was here the whole day on Sunday trying to just make sure everything could move along. You get affected by these events, even just this, even not being here, even everything turning out okay, you get affected. And it's important, I believe, not to be afraid, to take your power, take your internal power. We all have it. We all have our power. We all have the rights. We are American citizens. We have the right to be here as much as anyone else. Yes. We've got every single right. I hold that very dear, and I have no fear for coming out here and showing people that I am here.
Yes!
So, just one more thing I want to acknowledge before we sing Hatikva and the national anthem. This was not just a targeted attack against a Jewish person. This individual actually stayed around in order to attack our first responders, the people that keep our community safe, and the people who are here keeping us safe now. Thank you so much to our first responders. Police, fire, EMT, paramedics. They put their lives in danger every day for all of us, and we should all be more grateful every day for them. We cannot show enough gratitude to them for that. They were targeted too. Remember that, just like us. Also, it's really important as Jewish community of the broader Chicagoland area that we come out to Rogers Park, that we come to Lincoln Park, that we come to Wicker Park, that we come to Highland Park, that we come to Skokie and Lincolnwood and Buffalo Grove when Jews are in need for other Jews and allies to support them.
Support and love our neighbors.
Thank you. So now we'll do Hatikva and the national anthem. I am not going to sing it.
Thank you
for
holding all this rally.
Yeah, of course. Just thank you to everybody who organized it. It wasn't just the CJA team. There were a lot of other people involved. There really isn't enough time to thank everybody. But really, we pulled this together in a couple of days, and a lot of people stayed up very late, in the early mornings to make sure that this happened. But really, it only happens because each and every one of you are here, so thank you.
So this is the corner, as you can see, as she said earlier, right here at this house, right at this corner is where he jumped out at, right over here. He came here, he ran down the street here, and he ran into the corner. Now, please respond very quickly around here. I've seen the police respond in less than a minute to certain situations. They're always around. He came into the corner and he started shooting at an ambulance, and he hit the ambulance like 3-4 times, but no one was hurt. This is the corner right here where the main shooting happened. Right here. Now this is the center of the Jewish community. Really the main Jewish community is on the other side of California, but there's a lot of Jews over here too, obviously. A large Jewish community here as well. You see the police here. And we have our Shomrim here.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Always come Christ!
Okay, everyone, so we're going to keep going down Farwell here to Washtenaw, walk back to Indian Boundary Park, and then we'll close our program there, okay?
Did you pass your test today, Mike?
Quiet it down so we can hear you. No, no, it's not gonna work. I get the wind. It's good.
It wasn't just the couch, it was like all the furniture.
No, no, it's not gonna work. Yeah, bucket.
Are you with an organization? Yeah. So are you working? Yeah. Oh, okay, great. Is he here? He's here. Oh, okay. He was talking to me about. Okay, you got it.
Somewhere around, but I don't know.
Santa's always watching over me. I'm a Jew, I'm proud, I sing out loud. My brothers and sisters don't see me. I'm a Jew and I'm proud, and that's without a doubt. Santa's always watching over me.
What, for what? Yeah. So, guys, thanks for coming. Those who didn't fall out, we're gonna open the mic up for anybody who just wants to say some words for a little bit, and then we're gonna close it out. So we'll start. What's your name? Meir. Meir what? Meir Ebert has a few words to say for us. Okay. Hello?
I just want to say to all the Muslims, we are not your enemy. We love you. You're our brothers. You're our sisters. The only people we have a problem with are the terrorists. And we love everybody and anyone. And we want to be at peace and we want to be friends with you. And I want to say bring them home. And I want to give a bracha to hope all the hostages come home safely. And all the terrorists get destroyed. And there should be, and Mashiach should come, and bring them home, 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 bring them home. All right, and also I'm not afraid to be a Jew, and I walk around with my kippah and my Star of David every single day. And I always hold it out, and nobody here should be afraid to be a Jew. And this is America. This is a phenomenal country. You have freedom of religion, and don't ever be afraid to show who you are, no matter what religion you are, Muslim, Christian, Jewish. And I love all of you guys, and I'm Yisrael Chai.
I'm Yisrael Chai. Hi everybody, my name is Kotlyar. I just wanted to invite everybody. I'm the founder of Run for Their Lives Skokie. We walk in Skokie every Sunday at 1 p.m. We keep the hostage issue public. We walk publicly just like we did today so that everybody can see us. All Americans should be seeing us so that we're not just talking to ourselves, we're talking to all Americans so that everybody is united for this very simple issue to bring the hostages home. And we carry Israeli flags so people know exactly where we stand. So thank you everybody. You're all welcome Sundays at 1 p.m. in Skokie Public. We meet at the Skokie Public Library every Sunday 1 p.m. The corner of Floral and Oakton in downtown Skokie. Thank you.
Does anyone else want to say anything before we close? I know.
Can we do one last song, like a ending song?
Yeah, we can do one more song.
They tell me that I'm holding on to something that is gone. I look into the future and I know we're all gone. All gone, yeah. Don't need to see you by my side to know I'm not alone. I look up to the sky and tell the eagles take me home. They say forget about this dreaming, I will hold on. I hold on. I will be holding tight. I won't get lost in the dark of night. I believe and I don't care how long. Yeah, I will hold on. I will hold on. I'm my man. I'm my man. It's hard to see you in this darkness, but I know that you're here. That you hear me calling your name. It's cyanide of heaven when love is made disappear. You look here and go. or true. Cause all the weak and broken hearted will have strength to stand. We look back at the place we started and we'll understand. And raise a glass up to the heaven filled with all of our tears. Say cheers. I will keep holding tight. I won't get lost in the dark of night. I will live, I don't care how long it. I will hold on.
No, I'm just YouTube. I'm on YouTube. When? I mean, I might have been there.
So you have your own YouTube?
Yeah. I don't. I should get one. Okay. It's called, I can't remember right now. I'm drawing a blank.
Do not remember. That's my
Holding tight, and please come soon. It's been a long, long night. Shall we need you more than ever? Give me some light. I will hold on. I will hold on. I'll fish, yes, the only thing that I know